Welcome to Curves Rock Happy Hour. It's me, the Chanel Nicole.
Hi, I'm Monet, etc.
Hi, it's Miss Diva Doll, and your favorite bartender,
the turn-up queen, Ayana.
And today, our special guest is Tyra Hill from the Tyra Hill radio show and Women Talk Live TV show. Ladies, let's get into the Curvy Fashion Minute.
Hey.
So, what is your favorite fashion trend?
Well, for me, I would say my favorite fashion trend is definitely lace. Lace has came in with, you can do a full lace dress, a nice little shirt. I mean, you can do like just a bandeau. Like, it's so many options for it right now, and so many different cute things that are out. So that's mine. What about you?
Well, I love bell sleeves, as you see I have. I love ruffle shirts with the ruffle sleeves, and so I just love pretty sleeves.
I love all types of looks. You guys know I change my look all the time.
Yeah.
Hair, clothes, shoes. But I'm with you. Lace and the bell sleeves. I'm rocking the bells too tight. So, yeah, I love lace. I love just the sexy, the exoticness.
Okay.
Grown woman look. Yeah.
I would say this is the sporty spice era.
Okay.
Anything, you could put anything dressy with something casual.
Yes.
Right. You're
Yes.
wearing cute ball gowns, but maybe you have on Converse. The mixture of the two, it says comfortability, but sexy as well. So yeah, that is my favorite trend. Internet buzz. So, Dana Chanel, Sprinkle of Jesus.
Yes.
She had an Instagram post.
Okay.
And that post stated, she was talking about women empowerment events.
Right.
And she was saying that that she didn't like women empowerment events because she felt as though women come there, they listen to the speakers, they feel really great,
Right.
and then they leave and they go home with nothing. And what about what happens long after the feeling is gone? So what do you guys think about that?
Well, personally, I understand what she's saying, but on the flip side of it, I wasn't really feeling it because and you guys know I empower. I love, one of my favorite hashtags is iron sharpens iron. So as a woman who empowers other women, my job is to uproot and replant. Whether you have low self-esteem, whether you come from a rough childhood. So when you uproot and replant, you also give them tools. So I think that's what she was saying. After the morning after, in my Frankie Beverly and Mays voice, what is there? You have empowered them, but what tools have you given them? I think her delivery, I understood what she was saying, but her delivery was just a little whack to me. It seemed as if she was angry that she paid to go to an empowerment event and she didn't get what she thought she was going to get. So now she's not into empowering, but we empower each other every day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, Dana, get over it, boo.
I personally felt like she was just kind of like looking at like her company in a way. So she was saying, well, these women empowerment events are good, but it's better if you're building a woman up. So that's kind of what she was kind of going off. So she feels like that's kind of what her company does, brings people in. So I felt like she was kind of just trying to push her company.
It was a commercial. It felt like a little commercial.
Yeah, and that was what I was going to say. It was a marketing thing.
Yeah, marketing strategy.
Hey, I see other, little women empowerment things going on. They're cute, but they're not giving you nothing. Come on over here. Because when you leave my event, you're going to have something.
Right.
But, we're going to get into that. Takisha?
So my thought is, I disagree with what she was saying. And I disagree because when you're empowering people, you're intentionally giving them tools and resources.
Right,
Now,
I agree with that.
You can't determine what that person's tools are. Someone may need to be inspired, someone may need to be motivated,
Right.
and someone may need the actual steps to do.
Right.
So you have to be able to, one, determine what that is that person needs to be empowered, and then figure out. So I would say for an empowerment event, you want to cater to all of those things.
Right.
You want to inspire them, you want to motivate them, and you want to give them something to do when they leave.
Right.
So if you have all of those things, then that's an empowerment event. I think that will cover all bases.
Right.
So let's get into that discussion. Women empowerment and professional development. Now, before we start, I want to say that this drink
It's so delicious.
Good.
I was scared for a minute. I was like, she took a pause.
Yes. It's delicious.
It's called the crown jewel right now.
Oh, yes. Let me adjust my crown.
Yeah. Crown adjusted.
So on this topic, I felt like it was a good place to go because one of the things that is important to me about women empowerment is that you got to know what you're going for. Right. You know, a lot of times people come places, whether it be to the movies, comedy show, even the show that you're watching, it's like, entertain me.
Right.
You know, and when it comes to women empowerment and professional development, the thing is, what are you coming for? If I heard Oprah and Beyonce, we're going to be somewhere, all right? You can have in your mind, oh, I'm going to see Oprah and Beyonce. Well, that's your goal.
Right.
Your goal was to go and see. Me, I'm thinking, okay, great. Let me get my business cards. Because I know it's going to be other powerful women in the building or some women that I can reach. Let me get my business cards. Let me make sure I have my book and my calendar. You know, I want to know I'm coming with a plan and an agenda.
What question can I ask Oprah if she asks me? Do you have something to say?
Right.
You know,
And so that's the thing. So when I heard Dana Chanel say that, I was like, okay, I feel where you're coming from, but in the same token, you have to put some of the responsibility on the receiver.
Well, that you're absolutely right, because faith without works is dead.
Right.
See, nothing happens until something is spoken. So if I have a dream like I did with the Tyra Hill show, and you guys know that I was a novice in the game, but it was my responsibility to set up under other great radio personalities and producers and be a sponge and suck it up and walk away with what I needed. Like, people have to put in the work. I can't expect to come to Curve's Happy Hour or Curve's Rock Fashion Show and I'm not feeling myself or I don't like my shape, and then just expect for you guys to say something miraculously that night and then my life is changed. I have to put in the work. Put in
A
the
big
work,
thing
people.
though too that she was saying was that she felt like the women weren't lifting each other up. So for example, like if I have a business and I'm you know, and I'm working in a certain environment, then if you're interested, I should say, you have a similar business, well, this is how you get here. I should be pulling you up. And that's what she felt like. She felt like, okay, yes, you go to this empowerment thing, but nobody's pulling the next person up.
You can't pull everybody up.
I agree.
And I'm gonna say this. I've tried. When I started in the game, in the radio game, I went for people who I knew that had degrees in broadcasting, because this little girl from Flint doesn't have a degree in broadcasting. I didn't even think I would be doing what I'm doing. So I began to pull people up with me, but they weren't hungry like me. So you have to be very careful on who you pull up, because while you're trying to pull people up, you can possibly pull yourself back, because everybody doesn't have the same passion that you have. And so then you mentor, you know, and then you find the ones, like my whole team is amazing now. And it took me 4 years to get them. So I believe in pulling up, but everybody don't want to come up.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, I said, well, to piggyback on what Monet said, it's about when you breaking somebody down. And a great example of somebody who does that and then will build you back up at the end is in Iyanla Vanzant, her show. When she breaks them people down to nothing and then she builds them back up. So I'm wondering if that was the end of the event, if that was the type of things, because you know, when you break somebody down to nothing, you go deep into their past and you judge them on everything, and then you want them to let go of that. So I don't know if she stayed for the whole event. I don't know if she just wasn't receiving that. People who don't have nothing to break down, they feel like, okay, why am I here? I'm already great. I don't need to be broken down into nothing.
Well, if you come into a women's empowerment group, something is going on, an event, you need something. I'm just not going to wake up and my life is great and say, oh, today I'm going to a women's empowerment event.
Yeah. And normally, like, that's, you said something about, so the women empowerment piece, you said, bringing that we need to bring other people along. One of the things I see in women empowerment events is that a lot of times women don't know how to not all women, but I'm gonna just say our networking is off, right?
I agree.
And one of the most important things about women empowerment events is networking. And so in order to, I can't pull you up, I can't help you, I can't assist you if I can't even talk to you.
Right.
And so I've watched men network, right? It goes something like this. Hey man, what do you do?
Yes.
And he's like, oh yeah, you know, I do X, Y, and Z. He's like, really? I do A, B, and C. Hey man, did you catch that game the other night? Who's your favorite player? Oh no, I don't like that game, man. Oh, we gotta get up sometime. Sure, what's your number? Whatever. Boom.
Done.
Just like that.
Yes. They have a whole new connection, whole new
Easy.
contact, and they're
Lightweight.
probably about to do some big event together. or
Something major.
Right.
You know, but what I noticed, like when a whole bunch of women get into a room, they immediately cling to the people that they know. They only
Cliquish.
want to conversate with
Cliquish.
the people that they know. It's like their security is in that.
Right.
Here we are. This is a women empowerment event. I mean, y'all have done your empowerment on the phone at home when y'all were together. So now you're here with other women. Conversate with other women.
Get to
Connect
know.
with other women. Hey, how you doing? And what's your business called? And what do you do? Do you have a business card? You know, and you know what I'm saying? I've been to events and I'm like, well, where's the host? Is she gonna walk around and speak to people? I mean, and I'm not talking about like if she's working, I understand.
Right.
But I'm talking about
not sitting over in the corner with your little friends.
yeah, you
not
only
talking-
speaking
right.
and being happy and positive with the people that you know. Well, why did you invite everybody else?
Right.
Why are we here?
Right, you guys could have just had a little formal girlfriend dinner. Your
Yeah.
good girlfriend dinner.
Right. And so that's one of the things I can understand, maybe that being a flaw in women empowerment events. But
We have to do better as women.
Yeah.
We're catty. We're very competitive.
Right. Way
And
more than men.
Yeah.
way more
way.
than men. And for some reason, a lot of women are insecure.
Yeah.
But when you know who you are and you know all that you possess and whose you are, it's easy to love. It's easy to. I just covered the Women's Convention in Detroit. Shout out to the D. Shout out to all of the femmes that showed up because it was going down. I went just myself and my blogger. I didn't even take my whole team. I actually was the camera person because I wanted to be hands-on with my blogger because I'm training her. But I walked away with over 100 business cards.
That's great.
Because I talk to people. Like, I'm going to make you talk to me. Hey, how you doing? I mean, I talk to people. And so that's how I got the sweatshirt that's been going viral on Instagram because I talk to people. But I walked away. I had already loved V. Bozeman. Y'all see her on Empire. Her and I had a wonderful conversation. Chopped it up with Yandy. Yandy from Love and Hip Hop looks fabulous. I mean, but I talk to people. And so in order to build that brand, no matter what business you're in, your networking is going to equivalent your net worth. You have to be friendly. You can't be in business and be a bish. Yeah, you just can't. I love women. I love complimenting. You look pretty today. I think I've been complimenting y'all since I walked in. Because that's what we have to do as women, build each other up.
yeah, absolutely.
That was one of the things too. The Taraji P. Henson
Yes.
video. She was awesome and pretty much saying some of the same things that you were just saying about how
Love
women,
Taraji.
we need to come together. We need to support each other, not hate on each other, encourage one
Yeah.
another. And you know, it's unfortunate that a lot of women can't do that.
Right.
You know, they're jealous, they're envious, they don't want to help bring the next person up, and so, you know.
And when
we
I
have to
say
do
help,
better.
I'm not talking about, hey, listen, I can really help you get to the next level for $4.99. .99 plus tax. Like that's not help. That's a service that's being paid for. But thank you for your marketing.
Right.
So yeah, and I just and just to if we could, we're gonna go around. Right? And everybody give one pointer to a woman. It doesn't have to be a curvy woman, but just a woman that is looking for women empowerment, is looking for assistance with their business or even with their life to trying to get to the next level. What would you give them?
That's good. That's a good question.
I'm gonna be last.
Yeah. That's a great
I'm gonna be
question.
last.
That's a great
I'll
question.
start off.
Okay.
As one of the producers and founders of Curves Rock, I found a lot of times women come to our events. It could be makeup artists, it could be models, photographers, etc. and it's not just women, but we're talking about women, it's a women's event.
Right.
And they do not come with their comp cards. They do not come with their business cards. They don't know what they want to do in the next year, let alone the next 5 years. And so, or portfolios. And so here's the thing. If you have a dream, you have a goal, you must first be prepared. Right. Any situation you put yourself into, you must set yourself up for success. So even where you fail, it's still successful. You know, if I come to you fail forward. So if I come to an event and maybe I don't get another client, but I walk away with 100 business cards, those are 100 subscribers that I can continue to talk to, continue to communicate. Maybe you don't want nothing I got now. Maybe you don't want to hear what I have to say now. But maybe later on, maybe you'll tell somebody who does. You know, maybe I fit another niche. But you'll never know if you never make that connection.
That's good. That's wonderful advice. I think what I would say, I'm sorry, Ty.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm going to let Ty go. Go ahead, Ty.
I was just going to say, I believe strongly in like goal planning, vision board, all of those things. And so I'm really big in just, you know, telling people to make sure, set out a plan, write a plan, figure out an action. What action are you going to take? And figure out what it is you want to do, why you want to do it, what do you want to come from it? And then, you know, just write it out. Write it out. You have to have a plan. Otherwise, if you don't plan, you plan to fail.
Right. I think I'm going to give your audience the same advice I gave you to when Curves Rock got birthed. You know, you'll never know who you are or where you're going if you don't take time to figure out you. Like, you got to shut the world out for a minute. I call them cave experiences, where I don't talk on the phone. I really don't deal with people, because every day I put out so much and I have to be restored so I can do what I've been called to do. So in order to go to the next level in anything, you have to be concerned how God feels about you or how he sees you. If you're a Muslim faith, Allah, whatever faith you have, my faith is God. You will never know where you're going if you don't know how to communicate with the Father. He's going to put you on the right path. You got to have some type of faith. I'm telling you. Absolutely. Faith is going to keep you, honey. Faith is going to keep you going. Faith is going to keep you when you want to throw in the towel, when ain't nobody believing in your vision, when people done counted you out. So you have to have a firm relationship with God.
Absolutely.
Faith. Write the vision, make it plain.
I would say for me it would be networking, just the importance of networking. The importance of meeting and exploring other people who are in the same area as you, but also different areas. Because nothing beats being able to connect with somebody who you're thinking like, oh, this person couldn't help me in any way, shape, or form, but then connecting with them and like, you know what, this will be a good person for this. So that's a big thing for me. I definitely have lots of connections with a wide range of people from all different fields because they see things differently. And that's for any team. Like, if you want to build a team or have people to work with, it's important that it's diverse in any way, whether it's culturally or as far as career-wise.
And can I just say this? I have a great Caucasian girlfriend. And the one thing that I love about her, because anytime we talk, the first thing she asks me is, what can I do to help you? I don't hear that too often from my sister girls. You get what I'm saying? We have to learn to be there for each other more and not compete with each other. And when she says that, and I was like, well, I'm good. She was like, no, I'm having a brunch. I want you to come to it. And I'm like, okay. It was an hour and 30 minutes away. I really didn't want to go, but I went because, you know, she
did want to go if you're watching this.
I really didn't want to go. You know, to be honest, I didn't want to go. It's like, Cheryl, I don't want to drive an hour and 30 minutes. But I'm glad that I went, because when I went, it was a woman there who was a consultant, a fashion consultant. And she works with the Fortune, the big companies. Her retainer to style a president starts at $300,000.
Wow.
A fashion consultant. Wow. She changes the look. She rebrands them and everything. Right. Then I'm sitting at the table. I'm rubbing elbows with Olympic winners. So you just never know. Right. I'm so happy that I went. And then I went in there and I felt so out of place because all of them are big wigs. And then the fashion consultant says, can you please stand up? And I'm like, me? She's like, stand up. And I stand up. She was like, everything you have on is perfect. So I was kind of feeling myself, but I really didn't want to go. But, you know, you'll just never know who you're going to rub elbows with.
Right.
Always take those opportunities. 99.9% of the time, when you don't feel like doing something, that's where your breakthrough is.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And so,
Yana.
I think my thing would be that critique is not a bad thing.
No.
I think that a lot of women, you know, that they have these plans and they're great plans and they just protect them like that they're babies, and then everything that they think everything that they did was perfect and everything. Critique is not a bad thing. I think you need to understand that everything doesn't have to be a defensive attack. A lot of times we take things so personal, especially if it's somebody telling us that, oh, you should do this. It's a suggestion, sorry. So just take critique as what it is. Don't be defensive. That's my thing.
In other words, dethrone your ego. Ego edging God out. Okay, dethrone that ego. I mean, I always get told things that I don't necessarily want to hear, and I had a problem with that. I hated corrective criticism, but corrective criticism will take you far. It will help you. And my grandmother said this a long time ago. You can learn something from your enemies if you listen.
right. And take your own advice.
Yes.
Next time on Curves Rock Happy Hour, is it a man's world? I don't think so.
Don't get me
but
started.
We make it go round.
women rule the world.
Yes.
But thanks again for watching Curves Rock Happy Hour. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Be sure to join in on the discussion. Love you.